Hey everybody, welcome into Northern Life here with Briggs. I am Ryan. Thank you for joining us on this Monday. We're starting a brand new week, and I mean, my goodness, that weekend was a little tough.
Oh my gosh, cold as heck out there. Still is today. How'd you stay warm, dude?
Just stayed inside, made some pasta, made some nachos. Yep, cooked up a little steak and threw it on some nachos, so that was pretty good.
Lots of football to keep us warm inside, so that was
gosh.
nice too. Coming up today on the show, you get to travel over to Lake Superior Art Glass in Canal Park, where we got to make our very own heart-shaped paperweights. We'll show you what that process was like and how the artwork turned out. Better, I would say, than some of our past art experiences.
Yeah, way better than the Duluth pottery, but that was user error, you know. That was due to us, not anything over there. And plus, on this Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we'll meet a father who is paving the way through puzzles. So we'll learn about how he's found national success after what started as a gift for his daughters.
Oh, that's so cool. Before we get to the rest of the show, though, today does mark the start of the 2024 Twin Ports Great Medallion Hunt. We've got a example of the medallion right here. It's not the real thing, so don't come to the station.
Don't break down our doors.
Looking for this medallion. Oh, sorry, I'll put it a little lower for you there, Seth. It looks exactly like this, and it's hidden somewhere in the Duluth, Superior, or Proctor area. It's a really fun contest put on by our radio partners with Midwest Communications. So they've hidden this somewhere within one of those three cities, like I said, on public property. That's very important, public property. If you happen to be the finder of this, you can win a new ATV. It's like a brand new ATV, right?
And $5,000 cash.
Oh my gosh, and $5,000
A little bit
That's
of money.
Crazy.
Just a little bit of money. But I know they do the radio clues on the morning of their show, the KQ show, but it sounds like you guys on the 5 are going to do that too?
Yeah, okay. We're going to share the clues again each day at 5 o'clock, so in case you do miss them on the radio, you can catch them there. The folks who write those clues, very smart. The rhymes and the riddles, often too much for me.
My writing would be so unbelievably bad on those clues. It'd be like, it's under a tree behind a swamp on a creek. And it'd be
got
like,
it.
Oh, yeah, I got it. I'm there. It lasted a day. It only lasted a day long.
Last year, it took people a while to find it, and I think it had to do with, we had gotten so much snow right around the time that they hit it. So I think that made things tough and obviously clear.
Yeah.
So best of luck to
That's
folks
tough too.
out there looking for it.
Those secret sounds they do too. Those are tricky.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what that is.
Midwest communication. Well, since it's been so cold and we've seen a lot more snow, our viewer Beth left us this comment on our YouTube channel saying she loves the show, but maybe we should update our opening video since we're all in summer clothing. Okay, good point, Beth. That's a fair point. Also, she shared a great reminder that Minnesota state parks have free entry today. Cool. Is this, I think, one of 6 days throughout the year they offer free state park admission.
Which is awesome. I mean, get a chance to, you don't have to pay, which is great, obviously, step one. But, go out and see a park maybe you haven't seen before. I mean, we have so many trails nearby that I feel like I haven't taken advantage of. So I definitely, maybe that should be like a New Year's resolution for me, is go out and go to more parks, try out more trails, because obviously we have a lot of beauty up here in the Northland.
So much, I went to Jay Cook State Park
Lovely
this
place.
last summer. Just so pretty, and you do forget that that's just moments away from where you live.
Walk by the river, relax a little bit, take a little breather. Yeah, get out of the office. Also, last year our Northern News Now team got together to take part in the Chili Challenge, and we're doing so again next month. So the Duluth Polar Plunge is coming up on February 17th, which is raising money for Special Olympics Minnesota. They've raised over $2.7 million in that 22-year history, and I will be taking part with our team. And if you feel like donating or supporting the cause, I'll share that link to our team's donation page on our Northern Life Facebook.
Awesome. Good for you, Ryan.
Yeah, and this is our team from last year. And wait, I remember putting this video together because there's a special surprise, a visitor. It's your dog.
Oh, Harry, I remember he met that polar bear mascot too right there, and he was nervous, very scared.
He's like, is that my relative? Is that me? I don't know. Who is that person?
As you can see, we had quite a big contingency last year from this station, so I hope we're going to get some more. I myself will be out of town this year.
Yeah, I know. But
what a bummer.
I need to work on my peer pressure. I need to get more peers involved in the cause. Led by Heidi Stang, who's a friend of the program.
How do you think the cold plunge with cedar and stone sauna helped prepare you, or do you think it didn't?
Well, it was like 30 degrees or so that day. True. It was like 36 on that day, so still cold. But I think this is going to be a big shock to the system.
Yeah, especially since we're looking at, what, mid-February for this event?
Yeah,
Ooh,
could get a lot colder.
Probably a lot more ice out there, too. When you are out on a major interstate, we've all seen those quirky road signs with funny sayings on them. However, the Federal Highway Administration isn't laughing so hard. The Wall Street Journal reports the agency is cracking down on what states display on those roadside message boards. When there is nothing urgent to know, many states put up creative messages, but federal officials believe some people don't understand the jokes and they may get too distracted trying to figure them out. I don't think they're that hard. They're usually pretty relevant and funny, and there's like a little clever play on like an upcoming holiday or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, they're most of the time they're funny, and I'd actually argue that when those signs are on, I pay more attention to the road as opposed to being distracted. I mean, obviously the main distractor is people on their phones. That's the big distractor. But when that sign is up and there's a joke to think about or to look at, I think about it and I watch it, and then I keep driving and I'm laughing still for like 10 seconds thinking about the joke.
They are clever, those highway folks.
Yeah, I don't know how they write those. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's a good question. We should maybe get one on the show. Ask them how they come up with all these puns.
What's your process like? Before we get to break in the entertainment world, another Top Gun movie is possibly on the way. One of the co-writers for the last film, Top Gun Maverick, is said to be creating a new script for that next movie, and he's aiming to reunite Tom Cruise with those two co-stars, Miles Teller and Glenn Powell. The director of Maverick is also set to return. And as for Cruise, he's currently working on the 8th Mission Impossible movie, and that movie is expected to hit theaters in May of 2025.
I haven't seen any of those.
You haven't seen any of the Top Guns?
None of them.
Ooh, the second one was super good. The first one's obviously well known, very good. The second one did a really good job. So hopefully it keeps going up.
Let's hope. All right, coming up, we're turning up the heat and headed over to Lake Superior Art Class. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Just down the road from us here in Canal Park is a shop that's been using extremely high temperatures to create some stunning artwork.
Lake Superior Art Glass represents over 60 regional glass artists, and this week that number went up by 3 as we got to learn how to make a heart-shaped paperweight.
Let's think about your colors that you want on the inside. I think I'm gonna do blue, green, and what is that, McDonald's colors? What is that? This is our fire mix, so it's like a red, orange, and yellows. I like that. I'll do those 3. Yeah, that'll be nice. It'll keep it nice and bright.
We'll see how much finesse Hunter has.
I'm dripping in finesse. Look out.
Okay, coming in spicy.
Oh, that's spicy.
Okay, so start turning right away in your fingers. Yep, and we're gonna go into the blue, just like this, and stop, and just push in there. Yep, and then do a quick flip. And then you go into that fire mix when you're ready on that other side. Nice. So melt it in.
Watch out, Keith.
Yep, coming in spicy. Set it down gentle there first, and then use the handle at the back of the rod, and let that tip fall on center. So just let it correct itself.
Oh,
there you go. Get right inside. Okay, and then I'm going to take over for you.
Okay.
You can go have a seat at the bench. You're going to grab those diamond shears there. All right, so we'll grab down on the very tip of this little point right there. Yep, squeeze, a little marble, and squeeze kind of hard. There you go, and then open and squeeze again. That's good, that's good. We don't need to break it off, or snip it off. Yours we're just gonna bonk off of there. So take these away now, and then tap that extra piece of glass.
Nice.
So now I'll just shape this up a little bit, smooth it out, and we'll get that next layer of clear glass.
Cool.
So scoot all the way over too, yep, there you go. Just nice and gentle on there, okay? We're just gonna caress it all the way down. Yep, so come in more in the face of it. There we go, cool.
So is that thing at 2100 degrees? Is that what it?
You know, these are actually a little hotter than that. The furnace that I gather the glass from, that one's the 2100, 24/7. And we're just gonna go flat on here. Just a little bit, even more. There, we're trying to make that flat disc.
Okay.
So that looks good. Put that back down.
Okay.
And then you're gonna grab those jacks. So those are those long blades. Put in a little constriction, not a big one, we'll just get it started. So just gentle pressure. Yep, a little less than that. There you go. Okay, set those down, and you're gonna grab the tag. And yeah, that's it. Love to see it.
Yeah, he's ready.
for sure. I'll stop turning and it's gonna sag. When I flip, after I stop turning, that's when you'll go on with that blade, okay? Get totally underneath it, so I'm gonna stop and then flip, and we'll just keep it flat like that. Yep, and you can start to wiggle. Nice. Okay, then grab these. You gotta line it up, pinch hard, and pull a little bit. And then let's stop.
Okay.
Nice job.
Nice.
You got a perky little heart here.
I know.
That little... It's happy. So go ahead and give it a bop.
As hard as I can?
No, like 5 out of 10. Give it a good hit. There it is, perfect. Nice job. So I'm gonna torch that bottom. If you wanna stamp it, you just gotta get it hot first. So, right where I'm torching, just give it a quick kind of firm press. That's it. Yep, nice job.
Yay.
Nice job.
That was so fun.
I like how easy you guys make it.
Yeah.
And you help along with every single step. If we need help, you help us out. If we don't need help, you let us go. I think that's very cool.
Absolutely.
You
Well,
guys
thanks
do a
for
good
coming
job.
by.
Yes, thank you for having us.
You got it.
That was so fun.
It was super
I
fun.
had a great time. And look at our final products here. I don't know, Seth, if you can show again.
We propped them up on our phone so that way you could see the inside of it better.
We'll hold it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
turn it up.
Yeah,
Look at
we used the
those.
same colors. Hunter used an array of colors.
Yeah, Hunter's got a little. He's got a little red and orange in there. But I mean, Mom, it's on its way. It's going to be your Valentine's Day present. It's a little paperweight, but it's heavy.
It is.
And it was such a fun process too. Big thanks to Jake and the team over there for something that obviously for the normal person it seems so dangerous. He made it feel very easy. He was like, okay, yep, we're just going to do this. You're going to keep spinning it. You're going to go over here. You're going to use that tool. He made it very easy on us.
Yeah. I remember when I was little, I burned my hand on an iron one time, and so I was nervous. I still have a little trauma from that. So I was like, oh, please take it away.
Care to share how that happened?
Yeah, my mom was like, pick up the iron if it starts beeping, and my poor mom, she was busy getting my other siblings ready, and so I was like, oh, okay. And I was fairly old enough to know that one does not put a hand on a hot iron when you pick it up with 2 hands. So I was a little nervous, but Jake kept it very safe, kept me away from any hot tools.
Yeah, and
it was great.
And the other thing too is that we could have created all sorts of things too. I know they got the classes, I think, for ornaments too. You can do actual glass blowing, which would be a super fun process to do sometimes.
It would be so fun.
Yeah, you could take a class, you could take your coworkers down there, you can have an absolute ball. So.
And especially in the summer too, whenever I'm walking in Canal Park, I always see so many people huddled out around their garage door, just so interested in what they're doing there.
It's a really cool process to watch. So big thanks to them. We're going to have their info on our website coming up. Well, hey, still ahead, one man is empowering others through puzzles. Welcome back. When a father out in Washington, D.C. couldn't find puzzles with characters that looked like his children, he decided to go out and create them himself.
And now his business is getting national recognition and attention. Deborah Alfarone introduces us to this man on a mission.
So the classic stereotype is when you see African American, especially boys, is see them in sports and entertainment. So we want those kids to imagine themselves as other things, but we also want the community of people that support those young people to imagine them as something else. To think of him as a future doctor just as quickly as you might think of him to be a future basketball player.
One day, while playing with his children, Matthew Goins could no longer ignore a missing piece.
I bought dozens and dozens of puzzles, and we found a lot of dinosaurs and animals and trains and cars and airplanes, but not a lot of diverse characters. It was just trying to create a fix for my kids in our own living room. I got a pair of scissors and some cardboard and just did what I knew how to do at home. And then I decided that this was worth sharing with other people.
In 2018, Puzzle Huddle was born. It took off, fueled by a nod from Oprah, the pandemic puzzle boom, and a sharpened focus on inclusion.
Why is it important for kids to see themselves?
All you need is small inspirations, I think, can inspire a kid over a lifetime. And when you watch a kid do a puzzle, to some degree, you can watch their brain working. There's some subtle opportunity for them to believe of themselves in the image, like a subconscious interaction that can really embed a message in the kids.
You can't be what you can't see.
Absolutely.
6 years later, Goins' company sells dozens of types of puzzles, featuring multicultural characters, empowering future black and brown ballerinas, scientists, astronauts, and presidents. And now they're expanding.
Anytime, we could just go in his office, find the coloring sheets, take one out, and start coloring.
You guys are pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coloring books and downloadable coloring sheets are inspired by Goins' wife, Marnell, who often colors with their children, 10-year-old Mackenzie, 8-year-old Mitt, and 5-year-old Caleb.
She would go online and just find coloring sheets and print out unicorns and dragons. But as I was observing that, I thought, well, we can add a layer of learning to that. We can add a layer of affirmation and ethnic identity. So I just started to imagine the coloring sheets that I wanted my kids to have.
Everyone in this family shapes the mission in big ways and small. Mackenzie's artwork is featured in this artist puzzle, and all 3 kids are challenging their dad's idea of diversity.
So their friends are Vietnamese and Lebanese and South Korean and Caribbean and African. So a lot of times they challenge me on the representation that I have in our puzzles to reflect their friendship circle.
Everyone comes from a lot of different cultures and places, so it's good to just accept that they're different, and it's good to be different.
The result? This puzzle, Diversity Love. Now, big companies have come calling. Macy's, Target, and most recently, Netflix, to create puzzles based on their Ada Twist animation series. But Goins says his mission will be accomplished when one particular goal comes into focus.
My dream come true will be to one day meet a doctor, scientist, engineer, pilot, astronaut 20 years from now, and them to tell me that when they were a kid, they had our coloring books and they had our puzzles. It inspired them, played a role in their thinking, and it eventually translated into them becoming a doctor one day.
In Washington, D.C., with the good side, I'm Deborah Alfarone.
Welcome back, everybody. Well, hey, coming up on tomorrow's show, Hunter will be back just for tomorrow. He's taking me to the Lincoln Park area to play a few games, and let's just say it's been way too long since a certain activity for me. Yeah.
Well, you got a little taste of one of your favorite things.
I know. So a big thanks to Hunter. He technically has the week off, but he'll be back for tomorrow's show, and we'll be hanging out with him, too.
Yeah, we're going to miss him.
Yeah, and before we go, too, we just shared that lovely puzzle story, by the way, and that reminded me of a gift I gave my mother a while back.
Okay.
And so if you're a big fan of puzzles out there, there's a company called Blue Kazoo. They have these impossible puzzles, they call them.
Boy.
They're simply just one color. So there's a red one, there's a black one, and there's a white one. And so I bought all 3 for my mother. I can't remember if it was for her birthday. I think it was for Christmas a few years back.
Oh my gosh.
And as far as I know, she got through like maybe 10% of the white one and gave up. So
that would be wild. It reminds me of the QR code puzzle that
yeah.
my family got for Christmas, which was supposed to be, you scan the QR code at the end, maybe you're a big winner with some prize money. We won $1, which was still fun. It was a bonding experience.
And because you didn't know what the QR code would look like either, so
right.
Also impossible in a way.
Very stressful. So puzzles, man.
Puzzles.
I tell you, they're tough. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern